Average Anglers, welcome to another Average Angler video. Today we are on a little mini festival, day one of 2 days. And the first day is here at the Sedges on Tile Lake, and I'm on peg 30 in the corner. I've never been on this peg before. Plenty to go out. Lovely little edge that runs down here. Nice little tree sticking out in the water, which I might have a look at on the pellet wag. I might shut the pellet wag to that there. I'm thinking about slapping the rig up against these reeds, just pinging some pellets there. Fishing out into the open water here with some meat. Just pinging meat throughout the day, and then some slow falling meat. That'll give me a mixture of skimmers and carp. And then I've got a rig set up for down here, and a rig set up for down here. And I can also fish on the bottom where I'm pinging the pellets up against the reeds. So I've got lots going on. Try not to do too many things. It's a 2-day event. First day is here, the Sedges, and tomorrow we're off to Avalon. The second day, it's a weight, 50-50 split on payout for silvers and for carp, or for overall. So if you have the top silvers weight over the 2 days, you'll pick up the same amount of money as if you had the same overall weight for 2 days. So how today pans out depends on how tomorrow's going to, what we're going to do tomorrow. Not particularly confident because I don't know this venue well enough. There's lots of anglers that have fished it here before, but I've got a pound with Tom and his dad, so let's see if we can steal a pound off them. And we'll go from there. Catch you in a bit. Right guys, we're a few minutes in now. Hope you're picking me up on the microphone, so I've got a slightly different camera on today. Just trialing that. Been chucking the pellet waggler down towards the tree on the left, on the left. And foul hooked one, and he snapped everything up because I was trying to stop him getting under the tree. So I just reset back up. So it's a slightly shorter hook length on because I'm foul hooking, and perhaps they're sitting a bit shallower. And lo and behold, I've plunked it in and it's just gone straight round, and I've got one on here. So I'm not feeding anything, I'm just chucking the waggler to the tree. And I'm feeding meat on the 14 metre line. I'm feeding meat on my pellets on another 14 metre line, but that's against the margin, so I've got a long margin to my left and I'm feeding. Oh, there's a small fish for in here. This is a good start. He's head down all of a sudden. He knows what's happening, this boyo. The clock's ticking away. I quite often like the clock's just ticking away. I can always put my finger on it if I don't want it to tick anymore. Just trying to get the first fish of the day in the bag. Hopefully you're not picking up too much stuff. That's sort of the camera. I can see I've got a problem with the camera. The straps come unstrapped, as it does occasionally. A little 4-pounder or so just in the bag to start us off. According to the right way, he's 5, so I'll have another 5. Just try to feed me other lines before I forget. Oops, that was rubbish. That's a big patch full. The first big patch full I've put in, and I've ended up short. Typical. Doesn't matter. Short's better than long, I suppose. They're much better. They're very much more perfect. Right, I'll switch you guys off, but there we are, 20 minutes and I've got £5 in the bag. Right guys, don't know how long into the match we are. This is the second fish we got on now, so doing the same thing, half an hour in. This one might be foul hooked because I didn't get it. I cast in and I had no indication on the pellet wagon. I just started to wind back and this was on. So it's either sucked the pellet in and just sat there, and I haven't seen the indication, and then I wound it, and then that's what's happened, and I pulled out of in there. So I think he was foul locked. He was fighting with it. I don't think he was a big fish. He was a smaller carp. Foul locked. There's some fish out there by the side of that tree because I foul locked a couple now today already. We're only half an hour in. I've not fed a drip out there. Just using the splash of the waggler, constantly going in to hopefully draw some fish in. I don't even know if I can reach it with a catty, if I'm honest. Just going to feed my other 2 lines because I've not fed them for a minute or 2 while I've been playing that fish. It wasn't such a good cast, that one. A little bite on it there, I think. A little indication on it there. Try it again. Again, not quite on the line. Seems to take me a couple of casts to get me mojo back after I've stopped casting for a few seconds. Just trying to cast on the end of the little tree, and if you guys can even see where I'm casting to on the camera as well, I'll do a few casts whilst I've got you on. That one's not too bad, that was a nice distance, just didn't quite get the line right. 2 foot to the left would have been nice. Definitely fish there because the rig moves about once it's settled. God, next to me was landing his second fish. His first fish was close to £15. Took him ages to land. So he just landed another fish there. So that's, even if it's only a 5, he's on 20. Even if it's only a £5, he's on £20. So he's doing really well. Not sure what he's doing. I'm going to keep an eye out. See what he's on a rod line. I can't tell if he's. I don't think he's pellet waggling because I haven't heard him casting. I think he's on the method or on the tip, maybe on the bomb. Don't know. So I do 2 or 3 casts, and every 2 or 3 casts, and then I'll feed with the lines. Feeding the meat one more regularly than the pellet one. Right guys, it is 1 o'clock. So we started at 10:30. So an hour and a half in. Sorry, 2.5 hours in. And I had that first carp that you saw me with, and I lost one. Not a lot else has happened. I've not really caught anything else, but just gone into me. So after a lot of time, trying to catch up in the water on pellet wag and slapping and deep shallow over the meat line and all that sort of stuff. I've tried everything. What I decided to do was get my edge rig. I'd plumb my edge rig. I'd also plumbed it to fish at 14.5 metres to the long margin. The spot where I plumbed it, I just put in one big pot of Tom Fix edge mix in with some corn, and then I waited. I had lots of weird indications of corn on the hook, put some meat on the hook, and I had a £6 carp out. I thought, well, that's nice. So I've gone back in and I've had a £2.5 skimmer on the meat. Stayed on the meat, and I've just gone in again on the meat again here. suspect this is another skimmer, not quite as big as the last one. That's in the middle of that. It's probably only £1.5 that one. But the other one was £2.5, so that puts me on like £4. So £4. So those two skimmers are like another carp really. Which is nice. The venue just isn't fishing that I can see. I can't see anybody catching, and I can't hear any banter aimed at anybody who is catching. And when you are catching here, it's a big fish, so you can hear it. You can hear the splashing. It's just not happening. So I start feeding all my lines except the meat on. I'm going to try and feed that all day. Bought 3 tins of 7mm with me. It could come on later. And I'm quite happy to catch a few skimmers if needs be. I could go in and put some more bait on this line, but I'm reluctant to do that because I'm getting bites, and it's so hard today. Me getting bites is more than most people are getting. Just missed another bite there. I don't know if that's the skimmers, or I might be getting a lot of liners, might be a lot of fish with their heads down on Tom's edge mix because the skimmers love it as well as the carp. Got a very short lash on for fishing at this length, and that's because really when I set this rig up it was for fishing top kit and one down to my left and right, and I plumbed up this long margin line as something to do if I can't catch shallow, which is what's happened. So as long as the wind don't get up, I'll get away with it. Notice with these skimmers, they seem to have it just as you're putting it in. I like to watch it go down and grab it on the way down. So those three little fish have just had their 1 carp, 2 skimmers. That puts me back in sort of amongst the I'm fishing very heavy elastic for these skimmers. I mean, this is 15 solid. Luckily they're big skimmers, and so they're actually taking a little bit out. I've got a reasonably aggressive hook on, 14. So I'm not pulling out too easy. I'm just taking my time with them. Could be very valuable, these skimmers. There's another one that's £2.5. Nice big chunky bream. We're just catching them. So now the free bream I've got probably way more than any one carp I've got. So it won't take me that long to get. I keep sticking at it. The hole is ridiculously warm. There's a carp here. I'm just going to see if I can log in. I did stop to have a look. The rig's not brilliant. There's a lot of bulk down at the bottom on this rig. It's a spread bulk just above the upland here rig. Just to try to get there. It's designed for fishing down the edge, and a reasonably big fish. It's just designed, it's quite a weighty float, but the idea is it goes down. It's not a bulk, so they don't feel it straight away. They don't feel all of the shot straight away. That's the theory anyway. Just prick something there, just bump something there. There's definitely a few fish in the swim. There's no doubt about that. So I don't know if you caught that on camera because it's behind the bushes probably, but that bream did leap out in the margins. There was a worry that he spooked everything else when it does that right over the top of your feed spot, but I had a bite as soon as I went back in, so it's probably not the case. The sun's coming out and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and it might turn into a hook and mug someday. This won't be me because I'm not very good at it. So that's what's got to happen. I'll have a go. I've got to get better at it somehow, haven't I? Right guys, I've passed 2 hours to go. What I've really caught since I spoke to you last is a few more skimmers. Along the line where I was catching them from just got harder and harder and harder, so I've set the line down this left hand edge, which you won't be able to see down there, but you'll be able to see me fishing there. I've got a couple of nice skimmers from down there. I've lost a couple of nice skimmers from down there as well. Same again, I've just put the edge mix down here to the left, but I've just put a bit of meat in here this time. Seems like the meat's what they want. Could have been pinging over my meat line a bit longer. An indication on this one down the edge now. There's that bite. Little skimmers are knocking at it, and I've had a little roach from down here as well. They do like meat, so you've got to be careful. You don't start striking everything. You just keep striking the meat off and not getting anywhere. I think there are plenty of skimmers down this edge, but I don't know about carp. Really see a lot of people catching carp. I've heard Dan Squires say that he's got 9, which is really going some. If they're £5 each, that puts them on £45. If they're £10 each, they're on £90. I mean, they could easily be £10 each here. If he's been catching them shallow, then they'll be big fish probably. There's a skinner there. Got caught out looking around, seeing what everybody else was doing. It's a nice skinner, this one. Tell he's bumping his head really nicely. Little lively little one actually. I don't even know what to do. I'm reluctant to come off these because nobody else is catching loads of carp around this end of the lake. 2 hours to go. These could easily turn into carp as the session wears on because the carp could just come in because that's what they do here. Well, that's what they do everywhere. They just come in and start feeding late on and push the skimmers out of the way. If I put enough bait in. But I've got even treading that line then. If I put too much bait in, I'll start getting bought off skimmers and catch 22 all the time. It's got a bait on everything. It's got a untangle him. Do a little short cast first, not go right into where they all are, just see if I can nick at the edge of them and then I can, if it works, I can go across.
Yes, exactly.
Ducks are spooked by the line. Oh, that was a rubbish cast. Just trying to be too delicate now. Too short that one's landed. Oh yeah, straight away. That's what we wanted. Right where there was some fish. No feeding, it's there. Not a big fish, I don't think this one. Hard to know, but I don't think it is. Oh, I'm glad we got the cameras rolling for that. This is the only, well, if I land this fish, it'll be the third carp I've got. The wind's just been blowing all the scum into this corner and felt like perhaps I could see a few big shapes out there. I thought, well, I'll either spook off it or I don't want to have it. Easy. Tried to get away, but it weren't happening. He's a bit bigger than the last couple. He might be 6 or 7, this one. I'm going to say 6. See what the light weight says in a second. I only just nicked him, but he weren't coming out. Well, according to that, he's an 8, so he's much bigger than the other 2. Nice. Right, gang, we've got an hour to go. I decided to put 3 or 4, I think I put 3 big cups of ground bait down this left hand edge, and I carried on fishing the pellet wagger for a bit, and I had 2. Basically, one was foul up till I got him out, and one was nice and clean in the mouth, which I think you saw, which was the bigger fish, the 8 pounder. And then I've come down this left hand edge after I've given it like a break down here. And I've decided I'm going to come down this left hand edge over this ground bait and see what I can catch. And I've just hooked two really nice big bream on it, and then I can't get a bite, so I've just topped it up with another Tom's Edge mix. And here we are again with another decent skimmer. I've probably got getting on for 8 or 9 of those now. Lost count really over the day. I'm thinking about £2.5 each. If I can finish with 10 or 11 of them, I'll have £25 of them, which will double my weight because I've only got £25 of carp. I just can't seem to put a run of carp together. I'm looking around, nobody else is putting a lot together. Dan and Tom have managed to catch fish. But they've caught them sort of sporadically throughout the day, I think, and until I speak to them I won't know for sure. Definitely, I put that ball of ground, I topped this up with some ground bait and I thought I'll go over it and just see if anything's come in, and as soon as I put the rig in I could see that there was something there that there wasn't before, so the rig was moving around, so it's definitely drawn those skimmers back in. And I feel like if there was carp about and they wanted to come in here, they'd just come in. And I've got an hour to go, so I'll just keep topping this up every time. It seems like I can't get any more indications. Maybe I can have a finish and actually nick a few carp. I've got quite heavy elastic on, which is probably a bit too heavy for these skimmers, but the idea is I can net carp pretty quickly. I've got a reasonably strong hook on. Got a Guru MWG on down here. Tied. This could be a carp. This isn't a skimmer. If it is, it's a very good skimmer. It might be a skimmer now actually. It might just be a particularly lively one. The beauty with this 50, it is soft for that first few feet before it powers up. So you've got enough elastic out there to cushion the movements of these. Maybe I've just fouled up one here or something. Or maybe it's a good one. It's come up a bit weird there. Maybe it's foul up. I think this might be a foul up bream, you know. It is, yeah. It's a nice bream, but it's foul up, I think. Oh no, it's a little carp. He weren't foul up either. He's wrapped around his tail. Right, now that's a good sign. Should get a few more of these bad boys in there. That's what we'd like to get. He was hooked outside the mouth, but not surprising because he ain't got a mouth, that poor thing. It's going to go £3, that one is. Half past. Well, that's what I heard him say at the start anyway. That was nice. Calm down the edge. Guy next to me just been asking there whether or what time we finish, and I'm pretty sure it's 4:30. I hope it is now. So I feel like another hour down here would be nice. My thoughts now, what I'm thinking now is, do I another skimmer here? I think. Do I need somewhere to go if this line just suddenly stops producing? But time to turn the camera on. It's 3 fish and 3 pups. As soon as that rig's gone in there. Yeah, because I can't have abandoned all my other lines at the moment because I've just not been producing anything. Obviously I can always drop on the pellet whack, but I feel like I would only be able to do that if I can see loads of fish, because I'm not feeding it, priming it. I just have to like sort of chuck it in the middle of a load and mug them. So Part of me thinking, should I set up another line to my right? But if I do, have I mixed enough ground bait up to do 2 lines with aggressively enough? Don't know, is the answer. Don't know if I've lost a shot here or if this is not settling properly. It seems to be sitting quite down properly then, that turf. It's probably not very good visually there, because you're probably just staring at me and the pole disappearing down the edge. But there's not much I can do about that. It's just the nature of how I'm fishing it today. I'm not tight into the edge. I am at least a foot away. There's a nice little flat spot. Get too tight, it gets a bit messy now. It's really hard to find flat areas in the edge at Sedges because it's real bricky bottom. Shoot close in, it's all bricks. So lucky, I mean, actually I've got the same both sides on this swim. I'm resisting at the moment the temptation to have 2 lines on the go. I'll check my shot in because something's going on. Yes, I think I had a little number 10 trim shot on and he's come off. He just made the float sit nice. So hopefully that'll be better. This is just a spread out bulk. It's moved a little bit because of the fish that I've been catching. But that's what happens with stocks, isn't it? You're paying in the bum for that, but they're nice for not damaging your line and for ease of use. So I'm impressed with how quickly I've had bites after that feed's gone in. And so if I don't get a fish within the next sort of 5 minutes, I should be putting some more feed in again because they're definitely coming to that feed. Like I said, I've got plenty with me, and no point leaving it on the bank if it's needed to be in the water. I'll get it in the water. I thought perhaps putting some more ground bait in might send it a bit scatty, but it doesn't seem to have. And the wisdom generally is go in, put a ball of ground, but put some ground bait in, go over the top of it, catch 1 fish, come back, do it again. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I just had 3 fish over 1 ball of ground bait, over 1 cup of ground bait, so maybe it's not always right, especially where skimmers are involved. Because they're probably not stirring it up as much when you hook them. I'm going to have a little look in a sec. There's a match on the lake next door and they've all packed up before us and they're all coming past me now and I'm going to keep moving my pole roller and driving me mad. Yeah, we're all right this side. People can't be asked to get out of the vehicle and move things. Lazy shits. Right. We have to edit that out, that would me being miserable. So, it's been fast and furious and then it's not fast and furious. What I found is when it's not fast and furious, there's just nothing happening at all. I'm going to put some more bait in. keep behind me with the edge mixing. I'm just scooping up a cupful. A pinch of corn. I'm only putting a couple of bits of meat on. So the meat that I've got on the hook is the prize. See that how instant that was? Instant. Right, just a little bit on my phone because me chest cam ran out of batteries just about half an hour to go, so or 45 minutes ago or so. So I will leave. I did leave the tripod camera running, so hopefully if there's any good footage, you'll have just seen that. I've got 36 on the clicker. I must have close to £20 of silvers, so that puts me on about £56. But I think if we say 50, we'll be safe. £50 plus. I'm not sure how heavy those silvers go. You're never quite sure with silvers. How that's done on the day, I don't know yet. I just need to hope hopefully keeps me in the running, ready for the overall tomorrow, because it's all on weight. Don't feel like I'm that far behind anybody. Maybe Dan Squires, by the sounds of it, has ran away with a bit of an early lead, but we'll see. The results will be on the screen soon.